This is the Weekly Pour. I am TBT. That guy over there is Ace. What's going on, my friend?
Oh, lots of things going on. It sounds
Woo,
like
no kidding.
got a little bit of news to talk about. We'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah, most definitely. We're at episode, what is this? 14.
14.
We're climbing the charts like Metallica. I tell you what. This is episode 14. Now, we just found out tonight. So we record these, we post them, and we don't listen to them. I mean, we talk about it, so why do we want to listen to it unless we're, trying to pump up our numbers? Well, come to find out, for whatever reason, there was an echo on Ace through the entire hour that we recorded last week, and we had no idea. Like I said, we just found this out today, so our apologies. We're going to play it off as we were trying some kind of reverb simulation. It worked, and hopefully we don't have that issue again this week. If we do, then I will turn up my echo, and that way we can just both echo, and I'm sure it'll sound like really good on your drive to work or wherever you happen to be listening to the Weekly Pour. So I'm going to jump straight into this with you, Ace. You had quite an interesting night last night.
I did. I went to the Halestorm concert in
Yes.
in Indianapolis. I'm a big Halestorm fan, and this was the third time I'd seen them. Um, they're always good, but I noticed a lot of things about that band that have impressed me. This show, it was the best show I'd seen of them. It was the biggest. It was the biggest one they had headlined. So they had a full, I think, 18 songs.
Wow.
They tour, I think, in an old school way where they push the record. So, now if you have some hits you can play, you play your hits and you might throw a new song in.
Right.
Hailstorm throws that out the window and goes back to what it used to be, where you play a lot of the new record because you want people to know it's out there. And they're current enough and new enough that they can do that. So they played probably 8 songs. About 8 songs from the new record.
Oh
And
shit.
but the nice thing is that when they do that, their stuff is always good. Um, seven songs. I don't know of a bad Hailstorm record. And what's really cool about it, all those songs fit right in. The classic ones that we already knew fit right in and sounded great. And I noticed when they swept the camera over the crowd, especially in the front row, there were more people singing to those new songs than I thought there would be. Like they knew every word to the new ones.
Now this was a family affair for you, right?
Right. I took my 2 daughters and my youngest daughter's boyfriend went with us.
Nice. Did
Yeah,
did, did he enjoy it?
he enjoyed it, but it was a really, really loud concert, which I'm used to. I love it loud,
Of course.
and that was
I,
his
I
one
I
thing.
see what you did there.
Yeah, that
I
was
like
his.
smaller venues.
But that was his thing. I asked him, "Hey, did you enjoy the show?" "Oh, I loved it. It was loud. It was really loud." I'm like, "Shut up, Grandpa."
Well, the videos you sent me, gosh, I mean, you're right. They sounded phenomenal. They sounded great, and it was loud, but it was not loud enough to drown out your daughter singing.
Right, I told you she would be.
She was just jamming along, which I was impressed because I mean, you don't see many kids her age, that are into the metal scene and singing along with Hailstorm and just getting down with with Lizzie Hale up there on stage. I thought it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, she enjoys that band a lot. My youngest one does as well, and that's the cool thing about Lizzie is that I mean you don't really think about her as being a female singer, a female frontman per se, front woman, but you don't think about that per se. She's just Lizzie, but
Yeah.
she has to inspire. you know, girls all around to
Sure.
want to at least enjoy the music, if not maybe pick up a guitar. She's got her own signature guitar now.
Yeah, through Gibson, right?
Yeah, yeah, and she had no less than 20 of them last night, changing guitars back
Jeez.
and forth. But that's the thing I noticed. Um, this band has gotten better. So we had extended jams that were phenomenal. Um, it was Joel, the guitar player, Hottinger. Uh, has gotten to be a very, very good guitar player, and maybe he always was, but the shows I saw, he was a little abbreviated with that stuff. Just
Yeah,
play
now
one,
he's getting a chance to actually get out there and breathe per se.
yeah, stretch his legs a bit.
Yeah.
Well, then Lizzie's doing the same thing, and she's probably as good as he is
Yeah, she's badass.
as a lead player. We're not talking about a rhythm player, as a lead player. So those were the things I noticed was how much the band had grown from the time I saw them in probably 2012,
Okay.
and then a few years later, and then now, something like that. And man, they have just gotten better and better and better.
How was the crowd other than being loud? I mean, were they into it? I mean, was it a
Oh
full
yeah,
capacity?
it was pretty close. It was pretty close from what I could tell.
Okay.
I was luckily in the pavilion, and the pavilion was pretty well sold out. The lawn seats or the lawn was packed full of people, and
Right.
they were enthusiastic.
Nice.
And I sent you video of the opener as well. A band out of Mexico, all female sisters, The Warning.
Oh, I didn't know they were out of Mexico.
Yeah, they're Mexican, and they impressed everyone. And I can guarantee you, probably 90% of the people in that crowd didn't know who they were, but they ate it up because they
Wow.
were so good. So anyone looking for someone new to listen to, you can get the album for The Warning. I think I forget which one I sent to you,
I don't
but
know, but that video you sent to me, I was impressed. I was like, "Dang." And then when you kind of zoomed in a little bit, other than, the hot bass player, who we will not talk about because she reminds me of a Winger song.
right,
Um, they they were freaking jamming. I mean, they were rocking the shit out of that joint. And I just pulled something up that says that this band was formed by three Mexican sisters.
right, right.
Holy crap! Now, see, I'm gonna have to go listen to them now.
The Warning Error is the new record.
Error.
Error.
Okay.
They've got a couple. They've got more than one. I've listened to this a little bit before the show because I wanted to get familiar with them. And this is someone that Lizzie had handpicked to open.
Well, I was gonna ask you if you knew anything about how they ended up being on her tour.
She's been following them and handpicked them to be uh, opening for her. And she was enthusiastic about introducing them uh, when during her set. Hey, did everyone like the show and like The Warning? And man, the crowd loved them. They were so good.
Wow.
I've not seen that much energy from an opening band in years, just years. The drummer is really enthusiastic. You can tell she really loves playing and screaming and wailing back there. They're all good. They're all good.
So it's like the metal version of the Dixie Chicks,
Kinda, I guess.
but good.
Um, so yeah, that was my experience. We enjoyed every bit of it. Um, Good seats, good company, a fantastic show. Probably the best Halestorm one I've seen, and they're all good.
Right.
So, and I look forward to seeing what the Warning does. They've got dates. They got dates all the way to November of 23.
Really? Are they coming back this way?
I'm looking, but yes.
Oh
No, wait, that,
wow.
that was yesterday. Never mind.
Yeah, they're gonna be here yesterday.
Yeah. Doesn't look like it, not yet, but
Okay.
but they are going all over the place.
Well, their latest album, Error, was released in June, so definitely gonna have to check that one out. I think In 2018, they put out, it looks like a record then. They put one out in 2017. They did an EP in 2015. Um, and they've done some Metallica stuff. The Metallica Blacklist, they did Inner Sandman with some other person,
They
which,
played that last night, and it's a little different take on it,
sure.
uh, but the response to it was really really good, and I enjoyed it.
Okay,
It-
well, we've just led into like the next few things we were going to talk about. We're already talking about female lead singers. We'll go back to the interview that we did a couple weeks ago with Leather, and we have Leather, who's just a dynamic goddess from the 80s, and everything she belts out, to Lizzie Hale, who in the one video you sent me, right when she was getting ready to sing, I mean, she just belts out her voice. It was almost like the warm up, like,
yeah,
I'm going to get it, and now I'm going to sing. And she does that, and the Warning, this all female band, three sisters from Mexico, jamming out some metal. And they've done some Metallica stuff there, which we're going to
and,
get more into Metallica here in a
and
couple minutes.
all of this tea was real, live vocals and music. No tracks, no tapes, no bullshit.
Yeah,
All real.
no backing tracks,
Nope,
no
nope,
teleprompters,
nope.
at least
We
that
know
you could
we,
see.
we know our lyrics.
Yeah, right, exactly. But I mean, that brings the whole female lead singer and female front person, front man, front woman, whatever you want to say to be politically correct or whatever. And then you have other artists of the female gender that are such badasses that when you hear their name in the news, you automatically perk up and listen. At least you and I do, because
Right.
we happen to be big fans of Nita Strauss.
Certainly.
Um, and this past week, all of a sudden, it was like, holy shit, she just announced that she's leaving Alice Cooper's band. Two things. Number one, like, when she announced it, she's like, I am not pregnant. Which
Right.
that speculation was going to hit regardless.
Yeah, let's squash that right now.
Yeah, she's like, fuck you. I'm not pregnant. This is what's up. But she didn't say what was up. She just says, I'm actually on my way to my new thing. I can't talk about it, but thanks for, enjoying me while I was with Alice Cooper. The Alice Cooper band has remarked, at least a couple people have, and were like, hey, best of luck. It was a lot of fun and all that. So I don't think there's any bad blood there. I think she's gotten an opportunity that she couldn't turn down, or the opportunity to do something maybe different, but still like female strong. That was my thinking all along. Like, maybe they were going to reunite Vixen and she was going to be in it, or the Bangles, or so. Okay, maybe not that far, but I had no idea what was going on until, well, and this is a rumor, until I got my text from you, which I had read, but I was like, no, I'm just going to leave it alone. And then you sent it to me, and I was like, yeah, we have to bring it up, and I'll let you spill those beans.
Well, the rumor is that Nita is going to join Demi Lovato's touring band. Uh, Demi Lovato historically has been a pop singer, great singer. Honestly, if you whether you like her music or not, she's a fantastic talent,
Yep.
and I mean that she's great. But it seems like such a stretch for Nita to want to do that. But what I've read is that Demi is taking a different turn.
Exactly.
So something in more of a rock punk vein. I've not listened to the new song. There's a new song out.
Well, I was the same thing, when I read that, and then I was like, come on, Demi Lovato, again, like you said, great talent. She's great in her pop genre, but digging a little deeper, I read an article, kind of like the same thing you were saying, where she's trying to ditch this poppy thing, and I guess going a little more hard edge. I listened to the name of the song is Skin of My Teeth is the name of
Yeah,
the song.
right.
The album is called Holy Fuck, and it is supposed to be released in August sometime. I want to say like the 17th or somewhere around there. But if you listen to Skin of My Teeth, I had to look at it again to remember what the name of it was. If you listen to Skin of My Teeth by Demi Lovato, and you throw away the fact that it's a pop superstar, listen to that song, listen to the guitar, and say, "Holy crap! It may not be a rumor." Because,
Really.
yeah, I think Nita Strauss would fit right in. We're talking one song. I don't know if the whole album's going to be like that, but when you name your album "Holy Fuck" and you're supposed to be this big pop star, but then you have a song come out called "Skin of My Teeth." "Skin of My Teeth." I automatically think of Megadeth, right? When you
Right.
listen to the song and you hear the guitar, listen to the lyrics. Listen to what Demi's saying. It's got a lot of like I'm out of rehab and I need to change my look and change myself and I barely got by the skin of my teeth, something like that. But it's got an edge to it.
Almost autobiographical, maybe.
Yeah,
Lit- I went. Did she write it? Do you know?
no idea.
Okay. You know, a couple thoughts. Machine Gun Kelly is doing a little bit of this, right? Where he's leaving what he previously did, and now he's ensconced in some sort of rock genre. Um, I don't know how many people take it serious or not. I don't know how serious he is. Well, time will tell, right?
Right.
Um, but that's what I worry about stuff like this. Remember when people were dabbling in country? Uh,
How could I
because
forget?
right, because we have to get on the radio. We need to be on the radio. And how do you do it? Well, I guess we'll do country. Brett Michaels, Steven Tyler, Michelle Branch. Which I like Michelle Branch. So those first couple records, uh, kind of pop rock type stuff,
Sure.
wasn't getting on the radio. She was frustrated, so she put out a country record that
And guess what? Yep,
did really well. It worked, right?
exactly.
Uh,
Steven
so
Tyler even did some country.
that's yeah, I mentioned that Steven
Yeah.
Tyler. So is this something like that now, where we're seeing a trend shift, where uh, pop's not working for me, and I'm not on the charts, or I need a change, or sometimes you have to stay relevant and you have to change. I think Madonna taught us all that, didn't she? In the '80s,
Yeah,
she was
really.
changing her fashion, changing her look, changing her music.
Yep.
So I wonder if this is maybe a trend that, I mean, not that we know, people aren't really noticing it until they notice it.
Well, pop music right now is so saturated. You can turn on, get on your satellite radio and turn on a pop station. Your pop station is full of um, Jonas Brothers. I don't know a whole bunch of the pop stars, but
Harry Styles.
it is so just saturated. You go to the rock station, you're going to hear different things because it's not so saturated, but you're going to hear almost like the same things hour by hour because they're trying to get it out there and get people to notice. So I think you could very well be hitting a nail on the head with her trying to do that crossover into more of a metal thing. But it also could be her saying, you know what? This is me. I'm not following what my managers, of the past said. This is me. I want to be me. I want to do the things that I want to do. Now I'm going to try this whole rock thing and see how it does. It worked for Taylor Swift.
Oh, certainly. Taylor is so big that she can do just about whatever she wants.
Right.
Well, and think about this, and I'm not speaking for Demi. I'm speculating, but she has been tied down to what Disney wanted. So
Yep.
you do a movie, sing a song. Hey, here's the song, you sing it, um, and then that evolves into and follows you into your pop career to an extent. I would say in pop music, there's even more control uh, over what you do and what you say and sing because they're going to push you to the moon if you do what they tell you.
Oh yeah, look at all the old bands that used to be managed by Lou Pearlman.
Okay.
He was doing a bunch of the boy bands. I don't know if he had his hands in like NSYNC or Backstreet or whatever the other ones were, but Lou Pearlman was a big player in a lot of boy bands that were trying to get up and coming, and that was it. Obviously, he was stealing their money too, or whatever he was doing. But I
I
mean,
saw the documentary.
yeah, but that was the thing. It was like push, push, push. We don't care. You just got to keep going. Look at One Direction. One Direction was, a bunch of people that they picked from one of those TV shows, one of those talent shows,
Hmm.
and they stuck them together. They rammed them down the pop culture's throat, and now One Direction is no more. And I think maybe two actually get airplay now. Some of the others may not even be, performing anymore, but the only one I can think of right now that is Harry Styles.
So if you're wanting to express yourself as an artist, you've got no room for that. You're being stifled as an artist because they're just handing you something, putting you in front of a microphone, in front of interviewers and reporters, and it's tour, 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 and then record tour. There's no break.
No,
In the case of the boy bands, they weren't getting any money anyway,
no.
and you don't get to express yourself. So
Yep.
maybe this is, and I don't know anything, but maybe this is Demi trying to finally say, I'm going to express myself in some fashion, and this is what I want to do, almost like rebelling against your parents.
Yeah. And maybe it's finally where she's not contractually obligated. Maybe that 5, 7, 8, 10 year contract is finally up.
Hmm.
And she
Maybe.
was finally able to say, you know what? No, I'm done, like you just said, doing her own thing. But it's going to be interesting to follow because, if let's say this Nita Strauss thing does happen, that's only for touring. That's not on an album.
No.
And I did look, and from what I can see, Demi was a contributing writer for the song "Skin of My Teeth."
And
Um,
she may have really pushed for those types of things too. I want to produce, I want to write, I want to do these things.
yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of excited to hear her album. I want to know. I really want to hear if the whole thing is going to be um, edgy, rocky. I don't want the fake shit though. If you're going to try to rock out,
Be genuine.
and yeah, be genuine and get the crowd to put the horns up. Don't force them to do it. Don't. Oh, look, we've got horns up on the screen. You got to put yours up too. If I can go out there and rock, don't come in singing half of your prissy Disney shit at the beginning of your concert because you've got 11 and 12-year-olds there they're there because they want to hear that. If you really want to do this, then you better rock out every single thing. Play every track on that new record. And if
Right.
you don't
You
play
gotta
but
put
maybe one, maybe two of your classic stuff, you're more, upbeat, that you could throw a guitar into, then play those. And if you can't, don't. Because I don't think this is one of those things where you want to mix it. You don't want to have your cake and eat
no,
it too. It's either go out there, kick some ass, or just go out there and be like, here, this is what I would like to be.
no, you got to go all in. You've
Yep.
got to be if that's what you're going to do. And so if mom brings her kids to the concert and doesn't know what she's getting ready to see, that's not Demi's problem. Demi's got to go and do what she's going to do. And then if mom leaves with the kids, that's what she does.
So in January, Demi Lovato posted a photo alongside members of her team, including their manager Scooter Braun and Island Records executives. She's flipping off the camera, and Demi Lovato dubbed the gathering of all her people a funeral for my pop music.
I think I saw that quote.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. To
Well,
my
it's official because this headline says that she goes punk rock with a new shag haircut. If you cut your hair, it's proof that you've went heel.
yeah, no shit. Even though Stone Cold, he was heel and face all at the same time. So
What was that? What was that when Bailey turned heel? She quit the side pony and cut the hair.
yeah.
Obviously, she's a heel. She cut
Oh,
her
you
hair.
can't look cute with the side ponytail.
So, we've talked a lot about Demi, but we didn't talk as much about Nita and how Nita fits into this. But holy crap, if this is for real and this is what's happening, and you land the probably the top guitar player on tour for your band, that is huge.
I would go see it.
Huge. Well, I would because Nita's there. Uh,
Absolutely.
she's an attraction. That's why it's so disappointing for Alice. Well, fans of Alice Cooper. I'm a fan of that band and Alice Cooper, obviously. But the two times I went, she was the show. Man,
Yeah.
everything was the show, but Nita was her own thing. It
And
was
I'm
fantastic.
and the thing is, I've not heard of any rumors of anything bigger, getting ready to happen, but like some collaboration between artists or anything like that. I've not heard a single thing.
No, no, this is it. And she doesn't sing, and she says she will not sing. Uh, so I can't imagine she would leave that gig right away, cancel solo tour,
Right.
cancel everything to record an instrumental record. That doesn't sound right.
Nope.
So this is all we got.
Yeah, it's
And
either Demi Lovato or she's pregnant.
she's not pregnant. Just telling you right now.
Yeah, she's already said it. Damn. Um all right. We'll find out. It'll be interesting. I mean, hell, we might find out something, before our next episode, but we'll definitely be paying attention to that.
Definitely.
We were talking just a minute ago about Metallica. And I think it was last week we were talking about Stranger Things is, getting Master of Puppets back out on the mainstream. I just read earlier today an article from, I guess, a couple weeks or a couple days ago that Master of Puppets is now on Billboard's Hot 100 for the first time ever.
It's insane.
It's
This stuff is insane.
yeah,
I mean, good for
ever.
Metallica, but
Sure, but yeah, we've already established this last week. The song's 30 some years old.
yeah.
I don't know. Good for Metallica. I mean,
Where
good
did it
for
place
them.
on the Hot 100?
Huh?
Did you see where it was on the Hot 100?
No, I didn't look. I
Oh,
just
40. It's
what?
number 40.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
1 week on the chart, number 40.
Dude, can you imagine if it
It's a
went to
top
number
40 hit.
1?
It's a top 40 hit.
Holy crap. Well, that may not be the last one.
No, no, you got more uh, to add to this.
Yeah. So a lot of people watch Stranger Things. Well, a lot of people have also been watching HBO's Westworld, which the new season, I guess, just dropped within the last few weeks. I don't know what episode it is. Actually, I got a text from a friend of ours who told me the episode, but there's an orchestral. Is that the word orchestral?
Orchestral.
Okay, I put the wrong syllable in the wrong emphasis. Um, there's an orchestral version of Enter Sandman on HBO's Westworld.
That song uh, just has a life of its own. You know,
I hate that song.
I I know you do. I know you do. And unfortunately for you, that's a big part of their legacy.
Yeah, I know. I know. So I'm being told that it's episode 3 of season 4 of Westworld. A 1920s version is what our friend called it. A 1920s version of Enter Sandman.
So are we talking about flappers?
I think, no, I think we're talking maybe saloonish.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing in my head.
Your out of
Clinky,
tune
clinky
piano
piano.
and yeah.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
we'll have to listen to it. I'm going to
Well,
listen
I
to it
just
as
looked on
soon
the
as.
chart. It's number 30. I jest.
Yeah, right. So who knows? That might open up the window. Here's my question: is this going to open up the door for more metal? See, this goes back to what you said a while ago. Are the tides changing to where people are wanting to slide over to metal a little bit more, away from the whole country thing? As a pop star, if they can't get it going, is this just another uh, clue that we're starting to see this shift more into metal?
I can't. Two or three things doesn't necessarily mean we have a trend, but I think you're right. I think that's what we're seeing. What have I always said? I said this when we talked about the Super Bowl halftime show. And uh, just people just want to rock. They want to do songs they know. They want, they want to hear things that are familiar, and sometimes they just want to have some fun.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, metal always allows you to do that. Always allows you to do that. Sometimes you probably maybe people are getting tired of the overprocessed, uh, auto-tuned, orchestrated, overproduced stuff in pop.
Well,
Maybe that.
a buddy of mine, I think he was in Michigan last week, went to the Motley Crue Def Leppard show.
Yeah,
Comes out of it saying that it was a great show. They all did good, but Poison was the absolute best of all of them.
I have heard that a few times.
So, you know, and me, I'm a big fan of Poison, but to say that their show, which is significantly shorter than your co-headliners of Leopard and the
Motley Crue.
Crew, I think it's an energy level.
Oh, definitely.
Vince isn't running around like Bret Michaels is.
Well, he's running around, but he's also having to go get oxygen in the back.
Yeah, he's having to stop to get his breath.
Bret
Mick
Michaels is in
Mars,
fantastic shape.
Mick Mars is not running around like CC DeVille.
He's not moving.
Right. Tommy Lee, yeah, I mean he's Tommy Lee. He's one of the best drummers out there. You're not going to match him on an energy level, whether you're Ricky Rocket or Lars or anybody. It's Tommy Lee. Now,
Right.
Nikki Sixx, Nikki does his thing, but he stands there looking cool and, yells at the crowd and plays his bass and he's an entertainer and he's good. But I mean, I think even Bobby Dahl from Poison gets around a little bit more.
Well, I think back to Bret Michaels. I think he still moves like he did 30 years ago.
Yeah.
He can run the stage. Their energy level has always been high. They're
Yeah.
all sober, from what I know. They're
Yeah.
all sober. Um,
From what we all know,
Ricky Rocket's into martial arts anyway. Has been,
motorcycles, all of that.
so they have all kinds of other interests besides music. And when they go out and play, it's time to play.
Yeah.
And that shorter set, first of all, they're in the sweet spot. They're in the sweet spot because they're on right after Joan and right when people are all in there, pretty much.
Exactly.
They're all, it's what time are they coming on? About 7:30, I think.
Yeah.
So you missed the opener, and then Joan, Classless Act is opening, and then Joan. Now you're in there, and almost everyone's there to see Poison, and the crowd is pumped up. Everyone's ready to go, and they play what 12 songs
Still,
at
well,
full.
yeah, I think we looked at it. I don't remember how much it was, but yeah, they played a decent amount.
Yeah, let's say 45 minutes at full tilt. And I mean that by the time crew gets on, especially if they're people like me, they're about ready to go home anyway. So they're they're a little flat. The crowd's a little flat, and yeah. But I think Poison's been the best one that I've heard of so far.
Yeah, and I love the crew. I love Leopard. Um, I like Joan Jett.
I
I
do.
didn't. I wasn't a big follower of hers until probably more recently, thanks to Ronda Rousey. But yeah, I've followed Poison since probably '85. So it doesn't surprise me either. I've seen Poison live many times. I've seen Brett on a solo tour one time. His energy doesn't change, but then when you get him with everybody else, man, it just kicks off. So I was actually kind of surprised to hear that, because this buddy of mine is more rockish and less glamish, if you will. But for him to say that Poison was the best one, I was like, that's pretty good. That means something, especially coming from him.
I would even say that they may not even have to tune down at all, like for Brett's vocals.
Yeah,
So it probably sounds just like it did on the
yeah,
record, where Leopard has to tune down a bit, even though Joe Elliott is still a very good singer.
sure,
We know Crew has to change their stuff up,
yeah,
so they may just sound so good because they don't have to uh, change anything.
could very well be. And I mean,
There's
the
a lot going.
backing vocals still sound good. You can still hear, Cece's New York accent in the backing vocals, so those haven't changed.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, needless to say, they are all going to make a buttload of money on this tour, which is good, especially if any of them are looking to move to LA, because Ozzy and Sharon are putting their LA home up for sale.
Oh wow.
Um, I was thinking about going and looking at it, just to, a change of scenery and everything.
Right.
But it's just a little out of my my little out of my league. Um, it's only a cool 18 million.
That's it.
Yeah,
Only 8 million.
it's only 18 million. I just don't know if I'm ready to move to LA yet.
How long has he lived there? I wonder. Because if you could just go in and soak in the atmosphere of all the people that have come through there.
I just
you know,
wonder if this is the house that was featured on their show.
is does he leave the frying pan in the kitchen where he was cooking the eggs?
That's a very good question. That's a
That would be
legit question. Like, I would ask the realtor, I'm very interested in this. I would like to make an offer. However, part of my offer is that I want the frying pan. And they'd probably be like, "What are you talking about?" And then you'd have to explain it to them. And I don't know, if I could get the frying pan, that's almost a deal. Um, let's see. This is that house, because they've lived in it for 25 years.
well. I wonder if they're going to stay in London or something like that, or just moving to a smaller place. Maybe, who knows?
Well, this is a 1929 6 bedroom, 11 bath, 11,000 square foot house.
Who needs 11 bathrooms?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pissed off that I have to clean two.
11.
11. Well, but they had family and stuff. There's kids and all that. But again, yeah, who needs 11?
They had 11 kids? No.
No. Um. Wow. So the Osbournes got it in 2015 from the producer of Saul, and they
Okay.
paid 12 million for it. So now they're asking 18 million, which is, that's about right. I mean, it's
Okay.
like a gallon of gas that you used to pay $2 for that you're now paying 5 for. Whatever. I didn't go
Yeah,
there.
but
But that's quite a steal at 18 million if you're interested. Um, Speaking of stealing, have
uh-oh.
you seen what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame curator has gotten himself into?
I told you earlier in the day, I saw the story. I just didn't even look at it. I saw Don Henley and lyrics, and I'm like, whatever. And then you explained it to me, and now I'm intrigued. I'm
Yeah,
intrigued. So this is the curator of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and his name is what? Craig Inciardi or Inciardi?
it's probably Smith.
Okay, good enough. But he is the curator of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that's someone that would take in
was,
I what
was,
was.
was.
So he takes in the items, right? So he's got Eddie Van Halen's guitar, and he's got someone's feather boa and that sort of thing.
Yeah, the
So
body of the bat.
right, um, so he's got some lyrics, handwritten lyrics of Don Henley's for what did we say? Hotel California, Life in the Fast Lane, and New Kid in Town. And he stole them and was trying to sell them on, I guess, the black market. That's crazy.
But but here's the kicker. Those things were stolen from Don Henley.
Not from the collection of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No. These were originally stolen from Don Henley. This curator gets his hands on them for the Hall of Fame. And now he's trying to do the same thing, recruits two other people from the Hall and says, hey, let's make a little bit of money. I got these when I bought them from somebody who stole them. So, blah, blah, blah. And Don Henley's like, hey, those kind of belong to me. And now they're saying, oh, this is all has been fabricated. It's not true. And Don Henley's still sitting over here like, I kind of like to have my own shit back. This
This is
stuff was
probably
stolen from me. I can promise you that's my handwriting.
right.
Those are my songs. Oh, here's the proof. Gold record, platinum record, I mean, who doesn't know the Eagles? So, but Don Henley, poor guy.
Exactly. Who doesn't know those songs? And California, that's huge.
Yeah. But there had to have been a criminal police report or something made when the shit was stolen from Don Henley.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So where's the court order or whatever? The local PD's chit chatting saying, "Hey, we got your shit. We've got your client's shit. Y'all need to come get it." And then and maybe he knew that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame had it all along, and was like, you guys hold it. It's fine. At least it's in good hands. A lot of people do that with their stuff for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. No big
Sure.
deal. But now this he's trying to go and sell it from underneath Henley again. So he gets it stolen from him. He doesn't get it back, knows where it's at, thinks it's safe. Now somebody's trying to sell it again. My man has no luck.
No.
He just cannot win.
No. And this Craig guy, who was the curator, he's probably on the damn board that is keeping Boston out of the Hall of Fame and Foreigner out of the Hall of Fame, and he's probably that guy.
Exactly.
So fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's probably the same one that's keeping Mark McGuire, Don Mattingly, and Rafael Palmeiro out of the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Same dude. He's got to be.
It's got to be Sammy Sosa. Come on.
Yeah, assholes. I swear.
But yeah,
Man, it just pisses me off.
if
It's
he
all
had not,
connected.
if he had not, what do you do with stolen lyrics if you buy them from Craig? What do you do with them? Do you frame them and put them on your wall with your stolen Picasso?
But how are you going to make money off of them? Well, I can tell you why. I can tell you how. This is all black market.
This is Bitcoin.
No shit. Exactly. This is all Bitcoin black market shit where I'm going to sell it to the highest bidder in the basement of Walmart because that's where all the fucking high rollers are going to go, because nobody's going to go to Walmart to buy something expensive.
Right.
We're going to go meet there, and we're going to do this is like a TV show. We're going to meet in the basement. We're going to have this auction. We're going to buy it. This almost sounds like a TV show that I've seen.
Now you're stealing shit.
We're going to roll with it, though. We're going to sell this in the black market, and now I have it. Okay, I've bought it for $19 million. So now I own this stuff for $19 million. Now I can afford Ozzy's house
Right.
in cash, and I've got an extra mill. But you know what? I'm going to wait a couple years, wait till a couple members die off. I've got my certificate of authenticity from, Walmart Inc. And I'm going to sell these again in a few years, and I might even double my money. But I'm going to black market it again. But now, because Walmart, we almost got caught, now we're meeting at the basement of Steak and Shake. So it's all black market. That's what you're going to do, is you're going to sell the stuff. It's just like trying to get a good bottle of expensive bourbon. You can if you go to the black market, but or you want to pay ridiculous secondary prices. But that's the only way you're going to get your hands on stuff like that. Your Picassos that have been stolen. The Ark of the Covenant that Indiana Jones once had is now in the black market.
Yeah. Stolen from the warehouse.
Right, exactly. Declaration of Independence. He had it one time, and now it's gone. Well, that was Nicolas Cage, but still,
Right.
yeah.
You mentioned bourbon.
I did.
So I went to the Halestorm concert, but you went to the
There. I went to the Big Red Liquors. That is not a plug. It's just the name. I went to the Big Red Liquors Bourbon Exposition that they had in Indianapolis this past weekend. Me and a couple people that and one of their brothers and wives and my wife, we all went up there and had a blast. There are huge exposition center. Think of a fairgrounds with a large expo center that is nothing but, walls and lights, and fill it full of tables on each side. And you have got a tremendous amount of bourbon, and rye, and whiskey, and some wine. You've got all this different stuff to try. This is not a place to buy it. This is to go. You pay your $40 for your ticket.
Okay.
You go in and you sample the shit out of everything they have. Not just once. You could keep going back and forth to the same table until you drink an entire bottle. But there's so much there. Me drunk within the first hour. And this was a 3-hour shindig, basically.
Yeah.
3 hours. First hour, done. Sheet in the wind, drunk. Had to go to get food. Got some food because they serve food in there. $30 for chicken tenders and fucking French fries and a Coke.
Of course.
So yeah, it's not going to be cheap. Get that. Sit for a second. All right, round 2. Go do it again. And hit the tables that you haven't hit. Most of your big names were there. A little bit of disappointment. I mean, like most of your big Buffalo Trace, Starlight from here in Indiana, they were there. I mean, you name it, they were probably there. The problem that I had was like Buffalo Trace. Okay. Buffalo Trace has so much stuff to offer. And if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, but I think this is the first Bourbon Expo we've had in 2 years because of the whole pandemic. Yeah. So we go to it, and I'm thinking, man, we're going to be able to, maybe try some things that are allocated, but just that we can't get our hands on very often. I was wrong. Just for a perfect example, that Buffalo Trace, they had Benchmark. Like all the different things of Benchmark. I'm not a fan of Benchmark. I think it tastes like, I just don't like it. Not a fan. but they've got different parts. They've got barrel proof. They've got all their different types of benchmark, but don't just have that. Have a variety. And I was a little disappointed. My
But
second part, do
do they
what?
have new? Do they try new things too?
Well,
Like is it
yeah, but there
like a
wasn't a whole lot of new, not at that table. Now,
okay.
all around the place, there was a lot of different ones that had some new stuff on there. So yeah, you couldn't go wrong. I actually picked up a bottle of a new thing that I saw. This is from French Lick Distillery, Spirits of French Lick, which is also here in Indiana. I picked this up. This is a wheated bourbon. As you can see, it's
It
there we
looks
go,
old.
70% corn, and this is made, like I said, at Spirits of French Lick. I've already tried this while I was there. I've not opened this bottle because, as I said, you don't go there to buy anything. You go there to try it. If you find some things that you like, circle it on your, your pamphlet or whatever, which I don't have one around here. Circle it, go home, get online and go to Big Red's website, click your store for wherever you're at. If you're in Indy, Bloomington, or Terre Haute or whatever, pick your store and then go through and look and see what they have. Our store locally here happened to have this. So I clicked it. I clicked a bottle of wine that my wife had tried. And then I also got this, which is a rye whiskey
Oh,
finished in rum casks. And this is, it's Angel's Envy. You may have heard of that before, but
I
this
think you
is
mentioned
a phenomenal drink. It's so good. So everything that you wanted, basically that you tried, that you would want to buy from there, 20% off for like a week. And if they have it, good. If they don't, then you're shit out of luck, and try again next time. But it was a great time, great friends to hang out with. Lots of fantastic bourbons to try and rise, but there's some little disappointing things. But
right,
the other thing, like a couple years ago, I remember that if you were a designated driver, you could get in with a wristband and you didn't have to pay. That option wasn't available this year, so they were like, "Fuck it, everybody get drunk." Which our driver didn't. We had one of our wives was driving, but still, she still had to pay $40 to get in,
right.
but she wasn't drinking. So I wasn't
So
quite big on that, but I'm not the marketing genius behind that, so I don't
that's
know.
like back in the day. I don't know if they still do it. I haven't been to a bar in forever, but they used to give the DD a Coke. You could
Yeah.
drink Cokes
Yep.
free on the house.
Yeah,
Uh,
but just wear your wristband. It's bright pink or whatever, and oh, you can go to the soda table and you're going to drink sodas all day for free. You're fine. But they didn't have that. Now, I did find out that there's going to be another Bourbon Expo coming up in a few months that's going to be closer to us. So I'm going to go to it, and I'm anxious to see how it turns out too. So, but yeah, it was a good time. I'd go again, of course. I mean, when you can go and try bourbon and get drunk within the first hour, I mean, you're doing something right.
yeah, in the
Um,
middle of the day.
yeah, but drink responsibly, kids. Or I shouldn't say kids because kids can't drink. Gosh, I'm an idiot. We're gonna get sued.
You just
Um,
advocated for all the kids to get drunk just now.
I did. I just did. And listen to Nita Strauss while you're doing it. Yeah. But yeah, it was a good time. I'm glad you brought that up because it was fun. Last thing I need to cover tonight, other than giving shout outs to Music and More Records and Bad Company Barbecue, is that the official trailer has finally
Yeah,
been released for Rob Zombie's adaptation of the Munsters.
this seems so odd to me.
Did you watch it?
I have not. I've
I
not seen it.
have.
Tell me more.
Uh, if you are expecting anything like House of a Thousand Corpses, or Devil's Rejects, these cult classics, you are going to be sorely disappointed.
So he didn't turn it on its head and make it a serious, dramatic horror thriller with any.
Oh, hell no. Get off of this when we're done and go watch the trailer. 2 minutes of your life you can spare tonight. Go
Yeah.
watch this. Because if you're expecting something like that, I was. So I had to watch it twice because the first time I was disappointed, and the second time was to really pay attention to see what it was
Right.
about. This Munsters is it's labeled as a family friendly project.
I wonder what enticed him to do that. Do we know? Not
No, but
besides.
I need to read up on it and find out why. Maybe it was because it's hard to when he redid or when he did his version of Halloween.
Right.
You can't fuck that up. It's Halloween. Mike Myers is going to kill people. I don't care who does it. I don't care if Tom Cruise is redoing it. And I said it because I see his ugly mug behind you. I don't care if Adam Sandler is going to do Halloween. Homeboy's going to kill somebody.
He has to.
Yeah. Rob Zombie does House of a Thousand Corpses. He does all of his stuff that he's done because it's stuff in his brain. These weren't remakes per se. It's just shit from his brain.
Right.
Devil's Rejects, and those freaked me out. I loved them.
They were great.
But for him to do the Munsters, I think he wanted to stay Munsterish, and not take away from the character of that show from back in its day. Wasn't gonna flip it, turn it upside down, and say oh no, this is the Devil's Rejects Munsters. And I think he was just, we're gonna play with this. I'm gonna do my version. I'm gonna change up the story. We still got Grandpa and all these people, and he's gonna put his comedic, probably evil, devilish twist on it. But if the entire show is like the trailer,
Uh huh.
yeah, I'm gonna watch it just because it's gonna be interesting.
Do we know if he has some sort of affinity for that show from when he was a kid?
Don't
Maybe
know.
he's a big fan when he was a
Could
kid.
be.
I mean, maybe.
He could. I mean, yeah, definite possibility. So,
Maybe just a shit ton of money thrown his way.
yeah, I mean, that could. What if his wife may have been a big Munsters fan?
She's involved, isn't she?
She's involved in everything. I mean, I don't know for sure, but she's involved literally
Yeah.
in everything, so it wouldn't
She's
surprise me.
Lily Munster.
Oh,
So there you go.
nice.
I didn't watch that as much in reruns as I did the Addams Family. They both of them were always on though. Always on. I can't remember where I watched them, but
Yeah. Um, TBS or
something like that.
yeah, I think locally it was like WTTV Channel 4 or something like that. After Cowboy Bob and
Jane.
Janie.
Don't forget the Janie Show.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Who knows? It'll be good, but I highly encourage you to watch the trailer when we're done. And whoever's listening, when you're done, go watch, or just hit pause right now, go watch it, and then come back.
It doesn't work like that.
Oh,
Damn it.
damn it! All right. Well, listen. This brings this episode to a Munster-sized close. That was horrible. I should edit that out. That was so shitty. Um, have I missed anything? I gotta check my notes. Nope. 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 I'm gonna stop telling people to email us because you know what? If you want to email us, email us. If you want to leave a message at the end of this video down below there where it's posted, leave it. You know where to click. You know where to go. You know where to find us. We're on the Instagrams. We're on the YouTubes. We're on the Facebooks. We're on just about everything. So look for us. Send us a message. Tell us what you want to hear about, or don't, and just keep listening. We don't care. Just
We're still doing it.
Yeah, we're still doing it. So, to the 722 listeners from last week, we really appreciate it, and we hope you enjoy this week's episode as well. So, for Ace, I am TBT. This is the Weekly Pour Podcast, and we will see you again next week. Bye.